Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today we're looking at another game in this series of games by this particular designer Torsten and by the publisher Jolly Thinkers. So this is by a Hong Kong company, and this is a game whereby it's very much like the game Old Maid. It's called Bye Bye Black Sheep, and what we're looking to do is try and complete various number of sets depending on the number of players. And the back of the rulebook is a very good way of explaining it. You're going to be drawing a card from one of your opponents and trying to make sure you do not draw the black sheep. So I have only played this as a 2 so far. It does seem to take a bit longer playing as a 2, funnily enough. It is up to 5 players and is ages 8+. And there's various cute artwork going on with these various animals as well. This is going in the Family Weight playlist. This is also going in the AmassGames playlist. I did demonstrate this over in Spiel Essence. Check my playlist for that too. And this is a game that has been popular. People were buying this particular game. And I know the demonstrators who showed me this game wasn't as a big fan of it. And I thought they did tell me that they did think it takes quite a while for what the game actually is. And I do agree with that. It does have push or luck, but it's all about basically having 8 or so cards, and you've got to make sure if you're drawing a card, you do watch out for making sure you do not draw one of the cards, which happens to be the black sheep, which basically ends your turn. So same size boxes as the other games I've already shown you a second ago. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and do let me know the best in YouTube in terms of comments. And of course, make sure you check out those various other videos by this publisher as well as by this designer, which happens to only be, as far as I'm aware, being found by this particular publisher. So you see various different animals. We are going to find that black sheep eventually. We're showing the nice artwork going on here too. What means you can slow this video down, and of course you can share it. About 95% of people watching aren't subscribing, so please do make sure you do that. Check out further videos, including by this publisher, which I'll be bringing to you soon. So here we go. We have got the black sheep here. You also have special cards which you can draw, which give you extra abilities or special abilities. And basically you can draw 0 cards or 2 cards. If you draw 3 cards though, you get a benefit. And as you can see, more and more cards, more pushing your luck goes on with that. Okay, so that's just a brief premise for what's going on. With 2 players, you're playing with cards 1 through to 12. With the special cards, you have 2 black sheep, 1 eagle, 1 mole, and a thieving magpie, etc. So things do vary as you play the game. And what you're looking to be aware of is if you're playing with 2 players, you're trying to get 3 triplets, which basically means you need to be ensuring that you have got 3 tigers in your hand. Say, hey, I've got 3 tigers, I have now got that. You need to get 5 sets, though, in a 2-player game. As you can see, it takes not necessarily longer, but there's more sets to make. Whereas with more players, you need fewer sets, because of course there's more players, more things being passed around. So that's basically the premise of what you're looking to do. In terms of my review, compared to the other games in the series, I didn't like this one as much, I think, because it did seem to outtake its welcome. Although, even though it outstayed its welcome for me, like I said, other people were buying this copy in its droves. So it was very popular with other players. And like I said, lots of people were really enjoying this particular game. As I mentioned, you are trying to draw specific cards from one another. So if you draw a certain card, like you've just lost yourself a tiger, then your opponent's now going to have a tiger, and you know that they've got that tiger, especially in a 2-player game. You know that card's been drawn, and you now know that you can try and draw that card back. So what's going to happen is you're going to place that watering hole card in the center the table, excuse me. That is that card here. That's the card I showed you a second ago as well. And then regarding the animals, you're taking out certain animals that you're going to be playing with. You're going to shuffle them up. Everyone's going to get 5 cards each. And you're going to have 6, though, in a 2-player game. Following that drawn up pile, then every player is going to receive a black sheep. So that black sheep is going to go into your deck. And again, you're going to have your opponent might well draw that particular card. You also will find that black thieving magpie as well, and you're going to shuffle the remaining special cards and deal 1 to each player, so everyone's got a special thing going on as well. And what you're looking to be doing is basically going to be drawing cards from any other player's hand, and you can draw as many as you want if you wish to, but if you draw a black sheep, you must stop immediately, as I mentioned, return the black sheep just drawn to its player, so everyone's always going to have a black sheep, then take all the other drawn cards from the watering hole and keep them in your hand only. This is a game about making sure that you're drawing cards that you want to get. However, you can stop whenever you want before you draw a black sheep, and you can take any cards that you're drawing. So basically drawing cards, but making sure you can stop whenever you want to, because the further you keep going, you may end up getting, again, that black sheep. And the number of cards that you can keep in your zoo, this time is going to equal the amount of cards to the total number of cards you have just drawn minus 2. So again, you can never have more than you've already got, but it's about drawing those cards up, and there is going to be a hand limit as well, which I'll come on to. So the cards you're going to place into your zoo can be placed anywhere in your hand. They can be just drawn. So again, you might want to shuffle up. That might be the best idea. And keep an eye on where if you've got like 2 of the 3 cards, like 2 tigers, for example. And then preparing for the next time, every player is going to refill their hand, beginning with a player to their left. And they're going to take those drawn cards from the drawn pile until they have 7. Again, we play with 8 cards in a 2-player game. Again, you are trying to make sure that you've got a certain amount of cards to win. And again, a triplet is the same animal as I mentioned. Any player may own all 4 cards of the same type, and as many sets they want to in their zoo. And there's some special cards that we've played around with as well, such as the mole we played with most recently down here. So if you've drawn a mole from a player, you may take a look at their hand, which is good if you know that you've got a dolphin and they've already got 2 dolphins. There's a good chance that if you can grab those cards, they can help complete another set. And there's some more advanced rules which you can look into as well. So it's quite interesting. You can also ask how many of the certain cards do you have. So if you say you have a tiger, you're asking them, I don't know what cards they might have, unless you played the mole card previously. Say, well, how many tigers do you have? Now, they might not have any tigers, but they might say if they do have it, they've got to admit and say what they have them, and they're going to basically place one of those in that central pile. That's something that can occur. As you can see, it's a single sheet rule book, so it is quite straightforward. Like I said, in terms of duration, I mean, on the rule book box, it does say 20 minutes, so maybe it's just a case that with fewer players, it is significantly longer. Not that necessarily it's a bad thing. But again, you can draw any cards from any player's hand one at a time. That's the key crux of what you're doing. And you can draw, if you want to, again, any card that you draw must be placed face up in a line in front of that watering hole, and you can stop drawing cards and end your turn, again, in one of 2 ways. That's something which you can be doing. But anyway, that is the gameplay. And that's the key element of the game. I hope you found this of interest. Again, this has been for Bye Bye Black Sheep. And yes, I know people in Wales in particular, and I'm not joking, they said, oh no, as it is Welsh and it is sheep related, they are interested in this game too. So there we go. As you can see, multiple rule sets as well if you want to play this in German, or if you want to play it in the, I guess, the Chinese language as well. That is available for you too. But that's been Bye Bye Black Sheep. I had a setup playing review with an unboxing teaser trailer preview video. You might also want to check out these other ones which I've already filmed as well at time of recording. And you can see it's the same kind of thickness too. Thanks very much for watching. Speak to you again soon. But for now, back to the table.